Manchester United. They could do everything today, and I personally feel that I wasted my time watching Arsenal versus Man United. I thought there'll be more goals, there'll be more skillful play, but overall, I think for a neutral, it was an okay-ish match. But for Manchester United, after spending so much money getting 3 forwards, there were hardly any time when I personally thought that they were able to score. Benjamin Sheshko, he came after half time and he could not get the service which he deserved, and I agree with many pundits who I've seen on YouTube who said that Manchester United should have got one player up front, one in the midfield, but the midfield of Casemiro, oh my god, I couldn't believe it, how they were outrun by Arsenal, who themselves were really poor. The only goal they could score was technically a mistake by the goalkeeper, but they were very strong in corners as they did last season. This season, they're looking good and sharp, especially in corners. And there were many times when they could have scored more goals, especially from corner. They looked dangerous, but they could not make more chances. And with Gyökeres, he could not get any service. He is a willing runner. I saw him running away and in and out and chased lost causes. But overall, you could feel that he could have benefited with more service. Same with Sheshko, he could not get any service. And overall, I feel for Manchester United, and I feel that they spent so much money to get forwards and yet they could not score a goal. Which you would think spending that much money on players who scored for the other teams could not replicate their form. And personally, I agree with Steven Nicol as he said that they should have gone a better midfielder, but it's Manchester United, it's their board who decides, and they should look into it. I am just a neutral observer, I cannot say more. But match I really enjoyed today was Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Nottingham Forest continued their good form from last year, and they scored 3 goals, and 2 of them were again Chris Wood and Morgan Gibbs White. Probably was the most sensational display he had in Nottingham Forest jersey. What a player he is. And personally thinking, big teams should really invest in Morgan Gibbs White. He can do so much and even defend that many teams don't have him. And the way he plays, I loved it. Personally would say that Nottingham Forest will continue to do good, especially against poorer teams like Brentford, who I really feel for, as this season they sold their manager and their best player. I think they will struggle a little bit, but overall they do have quality which will keep them up. But this is football, guys, anything can happen. But overall, for Nottingham Forest, it was a wonderful start, and I hope this year they can get to the Champions League places, which they maintained for the whole season last year but could not take. I wish them the best, but overall I was happy for Nottingham Forest and the way they're playing in a match which you could say it was a one-sided affair. They converted their chances, defended well, although they gave a penalty away in the 70th minute, and Thiago, the new signing, was able to convert it, which is really good. The match I really regret going was Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. You wouldn't believe it if you haven't watched the match that Chelsea had 71% possession. Yet they had 3 shots on target, easily saved, whereas Crystal Palace has 28.7% possession. They had 4 chances, and personally I thought they could have scored. So Chelsea, they have a big squad, they have a lot of players. I hope they can gel together and make it able that they can score more goals. That was their main worry last year, that they could not score more goals with the squad they had. But overall, I think they have the quality that they will still be able to get to the top 4. But I feel for Crystal Palace, they really missed that edge today, whereas their possession was a little bit charted. Their play was a little bit confused sometimes. They were not able to make some passes which could have been simple. But overall, I think Crystal Palace will be okay. They might not do as good as last year, but they're still a good side. They have some good players, so I hope the best for them as well. You can comment down if you liked any match, and if you like this channel, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you.